So what I did on my last sim, and I want to do on this one too, is built it off the Z. This is so cool. All right, Dylan, what are we doing today?
Well, it is officially time, Chris. We've been talking about this forever.
I've asked this dude, hey, you want to help me build a sim today? And hey, you want to help me build a sim? Hey, you want to help me build this sim? And,
and to my defense, I say yes every time.
Oh, you do. He does. This is not your fault. Yeah. Squirrel, yeah, what's that? Oh, cool. We got the seat, and looks like that's about it for right now. But no. Now we got a pile of Fanatec stuff in the front room. We're gonna grab that, but we're gonna start with the base before we get anything dirty. So when I built a sim a long time ago, the way I did it was, let's say this is like the end of it. We're gonna build it on our big table here because we got a nice big flat surface. So I had like a little console, basically. I like just came up with the 1x1 and brought it forward, and that's what held the shifter and the handbrake. And then from here, it like kind of stepped up, and there was a little base here, and that was where our hub is gonna mount, our big steering box. And then from there, it just kind of tapered out just so it wasn't like a big box. So I just tapered this out, and then I had two posts that came up and held the screen. And then there'll be a little area right here for like the mouse, you know, if you're gonna need to track around and all that. Throw the keyboard in front of the the steering wheel, that is. So there'll be like a little bit of a plate here, about 2x3-ish, maybe 3x3. So it's pretty simple.
So really, like, first things first, we just got to get the seat mounted, right?
Yeah.
And our original plan was just basically to build one rectangular structure, get the seat mounted on top of it, and then we really don't want this thing sitting right on the ground, right? No. So we got to pick this thing up like 12 to 18 inches or 24 inches or whatever. Yeah, you know, I want to like build it up so that, you know, if anyone's like watching or hanging out, it's not just like all the way down here and the TVs are 2 feet off the ground. Yeah, so it's like, you know, bring it up so it's, you know, about medium height, get the seat, you know, about maybe 18 inches off the ground or so. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a pen and then a tape measure. And
then what I did,
Sharpie too.
Woo! Look at that, fresh Sharpie.
Nailed it.
So what I did on my last sim, and I want to do on this one too, is built it off the Z. So it's like back of the seat, and we'll basically put the seat brackets or the sliders like right in the middle, and we'll make it off of my car. Maybe even like 3/4 back. I mean, who the hell's gonna get in this thing that's taller than me? James Dean?
He's never been here.
That's what I'm saying. So we could make it like almost 3/4 back and have it just be able to go forward so everyone can play on this thing. And then we'll take a little measurement for about where the pedals are, and where the steering wheel is, and this is how we'll build our table. So imagine like a little flat, you know, piece of material. We'll put a little bit of rake on it actually to prop the wheel up so it's not flat. So put a little rake on it. And then the handbrake and the shifter, we can just base off of where the seat sits. So like I said, like a little flat console comes up, and then the tower can sit in front of that. I think the mouse works best just back here behind the shifter.
I would say, so from the back of the seat bracket to the face of your pedals is 39 inches.
And then get the width too. So how far is the shifter from like the far side of the seat?
Okay.
The center of the shifter.
So from where your leg actually sits to the center of your shifter is exactly 23.
Cool.
All right, that's a good start.
All right. So here's what I'm talking about. Let's get a little heel guard and everything. This thing is freaking sick. And you can adjust like the angle on them and everything. Like see how kind of like swoop this a little bit so it's more in line. So this thing will just go right onto like a tray. We'll make a little floor tray. We don't even need to make a floor tray actually, which is sick. So when you're sitting in the seat, your feet can kind of like go down. Yeah. You know, we'll try and make this like open so there's no like tube that runs all the way across. So you can swing your legs, like kind of like sit and swing your legs in. And then you prop your legs up on here, ready to rip. And here's our shifter. This will be the last thing we make. This is kind of going to give us our base width, all these components. So yeah, like this guy, we might want to move it forward a little bit than my car. Because first off, my shifter bends back and it's kind of tight, and if someone's sliding the seat forward, they're not gonna be able to reach. So we can play with the depth on this, but we should set the width so we know, because then this will be the width of the whole unit.
So I said 23 from where your legs sit.
And you can give or take that, you know. That's the edge of the shifter.
I got 27.5 to the outside of the rail.
Let's just call it 28.
28, okay.
There you go. I'll give it a little bit of room.
And
then the length. See, that's why, yeah, grab the back of the seat to the pedals.
So back of the mount to the pedals, we said was 39, which is right here.
I'm really scared having it right on the edge. That's the awesome part of it. Whole Fanatec system.
Oh yeah.
All adjustable.
Dang. What do you think? Like just, I would say like
Almost like a little on there. Like that.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I went ahead and swapped the battery out in my mom's car yesterday, and I accidentally touched this ratchet to something.
I saw a couple sparks.
And this thing doesn't sound the same. It really doesn't.
This feels great already.
Let's rip it! Do a burnout. Fire it up, man. Are we doing 45s on the corners? Yes.
Yes?
We are.
insane?
Of course we're doing 45s on the corners. Oh my, what are you kidding?
All right, so while Dylan cuts those out, I'm gonna figure out our top table, because that's gonna be kind of the next thing, because then the console gets built after. 4, 6 1/4, 4 and 6 1/4, and 6. Yep, that needs to come up more. Yeah, seat needs to go up about 2 inches.
Okay.
I'll look at your car too, just so it's rough. It feels really low.
As well as on top of the slider, or?
Oh, forgot about that.
Because the slider's like an inch.
Slider's gonna add an inch. It might be enough. Might be enough. So your seats are about 7. Yeah, yours is right about the same. It's like within a ½ inch. Coming in for the glory.
Oh yeah, dude. This is the last, actually second to last cut for the first base. I need to find some more material. Not gonna lie to you.
Right on. Starting to look cool here. Wow, it looks really narrow. I guess not. No, that's good. Oh, it's way wide out here. It's gonna be perfect! There we go. Get the speed square out. Alright, while you finish that, I'm gonna finish getting this handbrake together. Cool part about this handbrake setup, you can flip it. See, it was in here like this. And then you can flip it. Like that.
Hey Chris, you wanna help me flex this thing a little bit?
Oh, did someone say help you flex? Whoa, it moved a ton.
Yeah, all I did was tack it. So, what am I gonna need her? I'm gonna need a little bit of squeezage. So I would say clamp that side of the table maybe. And then we will we'll do something. I don't know what yet.
Yeah, like that. Oh yeah. So how about, why don't we do this? You freaking dork. Not only that, but the table's on wheels. I do not recommend this at all. All right, next up we got to locate the wheel. This podium motor. Same thing, we're gonna do a little 1x1 square. We're gonna elevate it right in this range. And this guy's gonna sit up on top of that. Figure out our wheel placement and the depth, angle, all that. But first, I have to put a freshie wheel on there. Because we're gonna need a steering wheel to know where to put this. Cool about this is, bolt that right on there. Yes! Look at that. All right, I'm gonna hook Manji's. Add a little bit of weight on you. I got this part. See, like that's pretty much exactly where it is on your car. This guy is about here, actually. Okay, there. Okay, there. All right, we had to do a little bit of math because we were running out of material. I want to make sure we didn't cut the wrong length and leave a bunch of scraps that are unusable. So I'm cutting out the other piece of the lower for when we want to prop this thing up off the ground. We got a couple of boxes made. Dylan's welding them up. And this is for the podium motor. Right about there-ish, yonder way. See, we are taking shape. All right, next up, now that we have some of the framework done, Dylan's gonna start welding it all out. And I'm going to cut some of these aluminum panels to really trim this thing in and make it look real nice. So what I did was traced out this little rectangle onto this aluminum. And if you did not know, you can cut aluminum with a circular saw. There you go. I think we're gonna do the pedals next. I grab these jack stands and just kind of like simulate where this little floating table tray is gonna be for our podium motor and the steering wheel. So we will next put the seat in, put the pedal set, get that raised up, propped up. We're gonna do 1x2 on these pieces. The pedal box, there's a little bit of room on the feet. At least this and the top thing welded. I'm done. Not later. This thing's coming together.
It is.
What a shit. You fucking rock and rolling over here?
You betcha. What's nice is it had like a little bit of hangover, so like I don't need to put any filler in it.
Yeah, just put pedal mount, weld it in.
Yep.
Yeah. Hair's looking
Hole's
sick.
done, hair's looking sick.
So next up is the wheel mount.
The wheel mount.
Something like that. It's good enough. In there. No. Yeah, they have side here. No. Ow.
You could have seen this coming.
Yeah. Who knew? This feels great. All right, so now the next thing I gotta do is, we got these little cross beams in that drop the pedal box down. I'm going to punch through these mount holes. And a little transfer punch. Different size sleeves. Drops right in there. Dylan's gonna make our second base on the table here. We're gonna prop this whole thing up so it's not just down here sitting on the ground, like elevated up, a little easier to get in and out of. And so while he's doing that, I'm going to start getting these pieces mounted in proper. So get those kind of centered up, clamped on, drilled, clecoed, and then I can center up the podium steering wheel motor and get that set up as well. So. And lastly, Dylan already got a head start. I thought I was gonna be cutting this out. I thought you were still welding. But we knocked out this little section so you can just like kind of walk right in there and sit down. Almost like it's a real video game.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that easy. Took some time, but got the panels all ready to go on. Sink some rivets once it's all painted. We still have to like drill for the shifter and the thing, but we'll probably do that real quick before we paint it. All right. Now we got some paint on that thing. Just gonna prep these top panels with a little DA action.
A little drift lines action.
You know? Much better. All right, dog, this is it. That's the final piece.
Final piece.
Oh, man.
Got 3 bolts left.
3.5. That one's loose. Don't lie.
Oh, I gotta deburr that one.
No, I'll tell you what, this rig is looking really sick. Oh my God. You know, even got the freaking sliders on there. There it is. It's really hard when you're not in the seat. So I might as well just hop in. Look at that. Oh yeah. Full range of motion. This is so cool. This is loose, Dylan.
Since when?
You didn't even do this right. This is a Corvette that we found for pennies on the dollar, and with how gnarly these frames are laid out, they're just pretty well built race cars. So just gonna take one apart and get a little weird with it and see what we can do.